So, you're wondering if £25,000 is going to be enough for you to retire on. Well, in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what that means for your retirement and whether or not I think it's actually possible for you to do. But you know what? This is a reality. It's not about whether it's ideal, it's about making it work if that's what you've got to live on. So in this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through what I think the real costs are, some strategies you can deploy, and some practical steps that you can take to live and enjoy retirement on £25,000. So my name's Saki Sain and I'm the founder of financialeducation.co.uk, and I've got over 25 years experience providing advice and support to people on a range of financial and particularly retirement matters. Right then, let's start with what most people don't realise about UK retirement income, and that is that the average retiree in the UK lives on somewhere between £20,000 and £30,000 a year. So actually £25,000 puts you right in the middle of all of that. But you know what, this is what I think the interesting thing is. Nearly 40% of UK pensioners manage on less than £25,000 annually. So trying to live on for that kind of amount, you're not out of the norm at all. See, the key thing isn't whether it's a fortune, it's whether you can make that £25,000 stretch. Now, here's where it gets really important. Well, I think so anyway. And now, let me show you what this actually looks like month by month. So, £25,000 per year. Well, that works out to be about £2,083 per month. So after tax, you're looking at around probably about £1,900, maybe even £2,000 in your pocket each month. See, that's actually more manageable than most people think. They've probably spent their working years surviving on a lot more than that, but in retirement, £2,000 a month might be more than manageable. You've also got to think about the state pension. That could be around about £1,000 a month if you get the full amount. So if you get that, you're well ahead. See, for me, the trick is knowing exactly where every pound goes. And you need to think about that. Because for me, the most crucial bit is we need to see how this stacks up against your essential costs. So what do you need to spend money on and what don't you need to spend money on? Right, let's start by looking at what retirement actually costs in the UK. See, housing is likely to be your biggest expense. If you paid off your mortgage, you're looking at around £200 to £400 for bills and council tax. Obviously a lot more if you've still got a mortgage or you're paying rent. Food and essential typically run about £300 to £500 per month if you're a couple. Obviously be a little bit less if you are living alone. The other thing to consider is transport, any private healthcare, and obviously some entertainment. That might add somewhere between £200 and £400 a month. So you're roughly looking at about £1,000 to £1,500 a month in essential monthly cost. So here's the thing, if you are trying to live on £25,000, that gives you some room to breathe, but you do need to be smart about it. Now, here's some strategies about how you can really make that £25,000 stretch further than you'd expect. Firstly, if you haven't already done so, make sure you're claiming all the benefits that you're entitled to. That could be pension credit, housing benefit, or even a council tax reduction, particularly if you're living on your own. So all this can easily add up to hundreds of pounds a month and can help you live within that £25,000 a year annual budget that you've given yourself. The other one is downsizing your home. This could help free up equity and reduce your monthly costs significantly. The other thing you could look at doing is moving to a cheaper area in the UK, and that again can slash your living costs easily by as much as 20 to 30%, so some potentially big sums. The reality is small changes can make a massive difference to how far your money goes each month and each year. But here's what most people miss. The £25,000 doesn't have to be your ceiling. Think about part-time work. Even just 10 to 15 hours a week can easily add £400 to £800 a month to your income. So that's going to change it dramatically. Renting out a room through the government's rent a room scheme, that can give you up to £625 a month, tax-free, so another useful benefit. The reality is, many retirees are earning extra through consultancy, tutoring, seasonal work, or just some light retail work. The beauty is, you're in control of how much or how little you want to do. So now, let me show you the practical steps that you can take to make all this happen. Right, here's exactly what you need to do to make £25,000 work really well for you. Number one, start by tracking every penny for 3 months. You'll be shocked at where money disappears. What you then need to do is create a realistic budget with, say, a £200 to £300 buffer for unexpected costs each month, because as you know, they always arise. What you then need to do is research all the benefits and discounts available to you, particularly as a retiree. That could be senior rail cards, council tax reductions, NHS exemptions. They all count. And don't be afraid to negotiate your bills, insurance, utilities, even your phone contract. Sometimes a simple conversation can quite easily save you £20 to £50 a month. But most importantly, remember that retiring on £25,000 isn't about surviving. It's about living well and living well within your means. So, in summary, yes, you absolutely can retire on £25,000 in the UK. As I said, it's all about being realistic with your costs and smart with your strategies. Remember, claim all your benefits you're entitled to. Consider downsizing or relocating, and don't rule out working and earning a little bit extra. See, for me, the key is planning properly and making sure that every pound that you spend and earn counts. If you want more help with retirement planning, you can check the Citizens' Advice, or you can speak to PensionWise for free guidance if you haven't yet retired. See, with the right approach, £25,000 can give you a comfortable and enjoyable retirement. So good luck.